Your call is important to us. Please hold the line.
All operators are busy at the moment. We apologize for the wait and will answer you shortly. Our operators are busy at the moment. Your call is being transferred. Thank you for calling.
It's about that time, folks. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hotline. And happy September. We're finally here. This is it. HHN here in Hollywood starts this week, and we're going to have one final chat about HHN Hollywood before we get into all the craziness that is opening week. Today, we've got some news to cover, and then we're also going to go over our HHN hype lists. But I can't do it alone, so joining me on the show today are Nico of the Entertainment Connection and Mr. E of TLEV Media. Gentlemen, welcome back.
Hey, thank you for having us
We're
again.
back.
We are back.
Oh, man. I'm so stoked, y'all. I'm so stoked. It's going to be, honestly, like, I can't believe we're already here. I feel like, when was our last live stream? It was like mid-August, I think. Maybe early August? Something like that.
I have no idea.
Now we're what T-minus 4 days or 3 days from the event now?
Yeah.
Like the first SoCal event.
Two
It's
more
crazy,
sleep.
man.
That's crazy.
No, 3 more sleeps.
3 more sleeps,
three
yeah.
more
Tonight,
sleeps,
tomorrow
sleep.
night, Wednesday, yeah.
Oh,
Well, for some
man.
of you, it might be less because I know they're doing team member preview night tomorrow. So some of you lucky folks might be able to see a lot of the excitement already, which is pretty exciting. I'm excited for y'all. But yeah, y'all, I mean, we've got some news to cover. We've got some hype lists to go over. I want to hear all of your hype lists as well in the comments. Now, here's what's fun about our hype lists, and I'll repeat this once we get in there. We don't know each other's hype lists at all. So we're going into this completely blind. We're going to start from the least hype to the most hype and go down the list. But I'm very excited to see what everyone has on their list. But yeah, let's go to the chat real quick. I see a ton of familiar names. Thank you so much for joining us. Rob, come on now. You're so generous, brother. I appreciate it. Nico, Mystery, where is my shirt? Uh-oh.
It'll come one day, Rob. One day.
Rob's collecting already, man.
One day. I know. Yeah.
Hellhound says he's going next week. Extremely excited. Good stuff. Yeah, hell yeah.
Wild.
The Hollow Seance says our last live stream was forever days ago. It does feel that way for sure. It does feel that. But the nice thing about that is that I think we're going to have a big uptick in live streams from here on out, especially with the season starting. I want to make sure and get reviews for all the events out as soon as possible. I need y'all to know what's worth it, what's not worth it, what tickets to get, what to avoid. And you know what? We're not on any media lists this year, so we're going to let you have it, folks. We're going to let you have all the goodness. Mary, thank you so much. All the way from Orlando. I am actually going to be, oh, God, it's this coming weekend. I'm going to be in Orlando. Saturday, we're flying out to HHN Orlando. I've been hearing
so crazy,
so many amazing things about this season.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so hot. I'm not looking forward to that.
Well, I saw that it's going to be hot out here too in Hollywood.
Dude, 103? Come
I
on.
thought when people were talking about that, I was like, oh, that's like probably at 2 p.m. No, dude, like even at 8 p.m., it's 95 degrees. Like it's going to be dry heat. Like, oh, dude, I'm not looking forward to it. I'd take the rain, to be honest. I'd take the rain.
Yeah, man. What the hell, dude? What the hell?
Yeah, it's nuts.
365 says, where did Jonathan's luscious locks go? It's a hat trick. They're all in here. You're going to see them, though. In Orlando, the hair is coming out The hat is going to be gone. It's going to be way too hot for that shit. So you'll see them. You'll see them. Lore accurate dead exposure. Yeah, that's the way it's going to feel for sure, man. That's the way it's going to feel for sure.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Oh, Nico. Not you, Nico. The other Nico.
What? Me?
Yeah, Nico, what are you doing?
Through the tulips. I've been hearing such amazing things about Orlando's Insidious. I'm I don't want to say more because it's gonna affect my hype list. But
I do have a theory about that we can talk about when we get to the hype list.
Sure,
I have a theory that's going to affect wait times. And we'll talk about that. Okay.
All right. Interesting. Now, I do want to make a small announcement. It's a very exciting announcement for the brand in general, for the Hauntline specifically. So I don't know if you guys realize this, but I've been going at this by myself for a long time. I kind of create all the content. I do everything myself, all the editing. It's been fun, but it's really hard. And any content creators that are watching right now, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. So I'm very excited to announce that Nico, our very own Nico of the Entertainment Connection, is officially joining the Hauntline team. We're merging brands. We're merging. The Horror Connection is now going to join up with the Hauntline. And yeah, Nico, I'm so excited to have you, brother. Thanks for yeah, man. Thanks for signing on to this craziness.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, dude. So
I love doing this. It's so much fun. I'm glad we could team up.
I am too, man. And honestly, I will take all the fucking help I can get. Because good lord, man, good lord, it's hard out here for a pimp for sure. Captain EO, how many mergers are we getting this year, Lordy? Yeah, I mean Six Flags Knots. We got our connection.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe TLEV's next. Who knows?
Yeah, Horror Connection Media. That's what it's gonna be. Crazy colors all over the place. Yeah.
Hey, I have the splatter. I have the splatter design, so we could throw all those colors in there.
There you go. Knots is going to merge with Horror Nights. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts.
We're almost there.
I mean, hell, yeah. Scary enough. Scary enough. All right, folks, let's get into it. Today, we've got a ton of stuff to cover when it comes to HHN 2024, starting with some of the latest news that happened last week. Chucky is back at Halloween Horror Nights, this time in an all-new show, Late Night with Chucky. Now, this is pretty interesting. It's going to be a live talk show in the DreamWorks Theater. It's going to be interactive. It's an interactive attraction where guests are going to submit questions for Chucky via QR code in the lobby. So essentially, we're getting Turtle Talk with Chucky, and I'm so excited. I'm honestly super stoked for this. I think it's a great idea, a great use of the space. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
So I'm super excited to check it out. I wasn't around for the Chucky Insult Emporium days. I was a Knott's faithful, and I thought Horror Nights was garbage. My mistake. So I never checked out Chucky's Insult Emporium. So I'm really excited to see how they're going to go about this. The wait times for this are going to be more insane than
horror. How long's the show? They haven't even said the duration.
That's a great question. I mean, I think the Blumhouse experience lasted all of 10 minutes, maybe, right? Like,
yeah. And then what's Waterworld, like 20 minutes?
20, 30 minutes. Yeah, exactly. So I would imagine it would have to be around 20 minutes, right? Like that's the whole point of those shows, is to like have people to lessen the crowds in the park for at least a good time. But yeah, very interesting.
And then I wonder, because they did say that a QR code is going to be up in the queue where you could scan it and then send questions to Chucky to answer.
Yeah.
So I wonder how many questions Chucky's going to be able to answer. Yeah, just how really long the show's going to be.
I just feel bad for anybody who's going to have to like vet those questions, because good God, I'm sure as the night gets longer, the questions are going to get crazier. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. But I do love the implementation of kind of like the Insult Emporium, that you mentioned, Nico. Mr. E, what are your thoughts, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing him for 80s Night, and or 80s throwback night.
Yes,
in
yes.
2019. And that was great because I also never went through Chucky's Insult Emporium. And I looked back at videos of that. I mean, that was some interesting stuff for sure. The jokes they were making. I can understand how that doesn't work these days. But when they brought it for throwback night, he was very tame. And then when he was gone, I was like, dang, that sucked. I think it's great that Chucky's going to be inside the DreamWorks Theater. So really, if you don't want the possibility of being roasted or being, getting your feelings hurt or anything like that, you don't have to go inside of there. Sure. Hopefully they'll put a sign outside that lets you know, kind of like how The Hanging did it, that like no one's really safe.
Right.
I know they're just doing questions, but who knows? The questions might, and of course, the questions, in my opinion, they're going to pick the tamest questions. Like, Chucky, are you a Swiftie or something like that? Or,
sure.
It's not going to be, they're not going to put some crazy stuff in there that, I mean, the question is, are phones going to be allowed to be out? That's going to be like, see if like there's going to be can this be recorded? Because that sure. Situations too. Like if this is going to be recorded by some people, it'll really change it. But I'm excited about it. Chucky's huge.
Yeah.
Freaking, we saw with the maze last year. People, I mean, to be honest, I might spend a night where I go to the show multiple times.
Sure.
Because the questions are probably going to be different all the time. And that's truly a testament there. If we'll see if the questions stay the same or not. But yeah, I mean, I think that's just a night in itself right there where you hit up the shows and you go to Chucky multiple times. So I'm excited.
I'm also curious how they're going to do the presentation itself, right? Like obviously the DreamWorks Theater has that giant screen. I wonder if it's going to be like a live camera situation where there's like a puppeteered Chucky that's getting piped onto the screen. Or are they going full digital? Are they really going the Turtle Talk with Chucky route? You know what I mean? And it's gonna be
Chucky.
I mean,
no, like Rocket Raccoon at D23.
Ocean.
Sure, Rocket Raccoon, yeah, or even like they had a Mickey at D23 too. That was like,
I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't.
He was all glitchy, like his feet were moving all weird, and so that was interesting for sure.
No, I want Chucky to have a talk show table. He has a desk.
Oh yeah.
At the desk, there's chairs there. I know nobody will be sitting in those chairs, but like, come on, like put Chucky in a suit. Like, let's get this going,
Yes.
Maybe call some guests up to the chair.
Sure.
I don't know if that's
and
maybe a
that's
fake
how
guest.
you
Maybe a fake guest.
No, don't bore me.
Let's go to the comments real quick. Nexus Fuel says people are going to ask him, Chucky, you got that W skimmity Riz?
Oh my gosh. Probably.
Oh God. He's going to There's going to be a ton of that where I'm sure Chucky's going to be like, what? Rob, the TLEV hour. Gotta merge with Rob, dude.
There's the merge.
Maybe he'll finally get his shirt like that, dude. He can do it.
Yeah.
Albert says this better be R-rated. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you got it. I feel like you got to do it, but we'll see.
On first night, We'll see.
Captain EO, Monsters Inc. laugh floor ass attraction.
Hey man, screw you. I love that attraction.
Hey, it's a great time to be out of that fucking Florida heat and just sit there in air conditioning for a little bit. And plus, it's pretty cute.
That guy.
Larissa says, I'm so glad it's QR code. That should make things a lot easier, I hope.
So the QR code is inside the theater?
I'm assuming it's in the lobby. They mentioned it's in the lobby.
Okay.
And you know how they have the screens in the lobby. I'm assuming they're going to throw them up on the screens in there and maybe do like
I wonder what's going to be in the lobby.
Oh, like in terms of decor? Probably like Chucky dolls.
Chucky
stuff like
dolls
that.
right now in the Universal store. So
That's right.
Maybe even more. Who knows?
Sure. I know somebody answered this in the comments already, but Jennifer Ray says, how are Sundays at HHN? They're lighter, but I got to be honest with you, Jennifer. I feel like every day at HHN these days is super packed, which is why I am a strong and firm believer that it's time that Hollywood can start going the route of Orlando and start doing like Wednesdays through Sundays, because the people come out it's always packed. I mean, what do you think, gentlemen? Sundays lighter. I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree. Like if they put Wednesdays for, I mean, they have Wednesdays now, but that's not until October, right? And they
Right.
don't have any Wednesdays for September. To be honest, it's intriguing to me that a lot of the days aren't like there's not general admissions that are sold out yet.
right,
So like,
right.
does that mean they're putting even more tickets in? And that's a little scary if that's the situation.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I hope that's not the situation. But I am going. I mean, I'll be there Thursday, and then I'll be hitting up Friday also. So I'll see how Friday is. And I'll be testing the early entry on Friday. This is the first time
Oh, okay.
I spent money for early entry. So
All right.
we'll see
Nice,
how that
nice.
works on a Friday. But yeah,
Fingers
no,
crossed, brother.
It's packed all the time now, Jennifer.
Sure.
Like,
It is.
Yeah.
we'll see how their Wednesdays are in October, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. Nico G Vlog says this show better be 2 hours of Chucky.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, to
Yeah.
our point earlier, it better not be just 5 minutes of Chucky. I'm telling you that much right now. Jack A says, yes, ready to get roasted. Bebozy with a very interesting question here. How long y'all think this will last before people complain and it gets removed? I mean, it's
if they
certainly
put a
not.
sign, I feel like you can't. I mean, they're gonna complain, but like if you put a sign, like I feel like that's enough protection.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, honestly, there's always a risk, especially I don't know how it continues to happen at these haunt events, but people walk in and are surprised when it's gory or like kind of crude. Again, it goes back to like, then why are you here? Go back to Oogie Boogie Bash, dude. Like, what are you doing here? So
It'll
yeah,
be
anyways.
interesting. Because I'm wondering also how is Chucky gonna deal with hecklers?
Right.
You know,
right.
there's gonna be hecklers. There's always is. You know, comedy shows
Yeah,
you
man.
can deal with it. But you know, I think the safety net is the QR code question. So there's always a safe haven for them. Like if they have to go to basic questions that they can pretend people put out there. You know, I think that's how they're
Sure.
gonna tame it all.
Well, it was interesting because I work with a performer who did Chucky.
In the past.
And yes.
Oh.
So what they would have inside of the Insult Emporium is just a wall full of different things they would say.
Interesting.
So it would go with the topic, and then
Right.
of course one thing was said and it ruined the whole thing. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
there might be a wall or a set thing that they could say.
Sure.
Right.
Walker Chronicles. Yeah, I hate that they sell so many tickets per night. It makes it not enjoyable. We're going to talk about Orlando's premium Scream Night in a second here. And I have a lot to say about that for sure. So stick around, Walker Chronicles. We're going to talk capacity for sure. Bebozy says, I heard they're implementing a new early entry system. I haven't heard anything of that. But I think that the current early entry system is great, except for what Mac Cheese says here. Last time I used early entry, the mazes didn't have all the actors in place. That was a very common occurrence for me as well. And I think even though it's whatever, $10, $15, up to $25, hey, I'm paying a premium.
Yeah,
now.
you're
Like,
paying. You're
I'm-
paying a premium.
Exactly. Everyone should be in place. I should have the same chances of getting scared, whether I'm there early or late or in the middle of the run, whatever. So yeah, very interesting for sure.
And another thing is with early entry, like especially early in the season, the operations for each maze, nobody is on the same page.
Right.
When it comes
Right.
to guest services, when it comes or the guest assistants, when it comes to the
Oh,
queue,
sure.
what time they open, so on and so forth. Like, I really hope that everybody sits in a giant meeting and is just on the same page, so that there's less mistakes, I
Sure.
guess is the right
Sure.
word.
Yeah.
But that's my take on that.
No, I agree with you 100%, dude. I agree with you 100%. So, well, yeah, that's it for late night with Chucky. I'm, again, really excited for this. I think it's a great addition to the lineup, a great way to make it new and fresh every time you do see the show, so it adds repeatability to it. But yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. hopefully it makes it all the way to the end of the run. But we'll just have to wait and see.
If you're going early in the season, see it.
Yeah,
Don't hesitate.
Because you may not get a chance to see it after that.
People got offended by the Dark Christmas children being hung up by Christmas lights.
Oh, God.
And they took those out.
Jeez.
I don't know what year that was. I think
that was a while back.
That was 2017, 2016?
Before Krampus. 2016, probably.
Yeah. So people ruin things.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they love doing that. So, yeah, watch Chucky early. Try to get there and watch it in the beginning of the run because we'll see if it makes it. All right, next up, we're going to talk about the Terror Tram. Lots of exciting stuff here. Last time in our last live stream, we were speculating about what could be going on behind the Bates Motel, what's going on, and now we definitely have confirmation that for the first time ever, the area behind the Bates Motel is going to finally be used as part of the Terror Tram, and I'm super excited. I'm going to share some photos here that Nico got when Mr. E and Nico went to Universal a few days ago. This is how it's looking behind the Bates Motel. So we are literally gonna enter the Blumhouses all throughout the route, and it's pretty fun, man. I'm glad they're finally utilizing this underutilized space, especially in years prior. And you can kind of see it looks like there's going to be stages set up throughout the route that are going to be very similar to the ones that they have out in HHN Orlando. So the next slide is a slight spoiler for those who maybe don't want to see stuff from HHN Orlando. This is a look at the Enter the Blumhouse scare zone. I think we're going to get something that's very, very similar to this here in Hollywood. This is a look at two of the photo op spots they have in the scare zone. So you can see that they have performers up on an elevated stage. They typically all have like some sort of trigger to like activate a noise or a lighting effect. So I think this is pretty much what we can expect for our Enter the Blumhouse Terror Tram, at least in specific parts of the route. And then also they updated the Hollywood sign, so the letters are now bloody. And overall, I think it's a great addition to the Terror Tram to be using this spot. But I am pretty bummed that we lost Jupiter's Claim because all in all, this probably could have been like the longest Terror Tram route ever, except now we don't have Jupiter's Claim. So what are you guys' thoughts on the Terror Tram?
Yeah, I mean, it's looking great what they're adding new stuff. I'm really happy about that. They're still missing that one part, that aspect on the Blumhouse in the middle, but it seems like they're going to put I would assume a title of the films maybe there. I'm wondering, like, how are they also going to control people trying to stop in the scare zone if they're trying to get pictures? If they're setting up little podiums for pictures, I don't know. Are they going to do like the studio tour 60th where you're going to go and get in a line to go get those pictures? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what those like little podiums are going to be for, like, or if those are just straight scares right there. I'm excited to see a new Terror Tram finally, like a new semi-new route. I'm hoping also that blue on there is gonna glow in the dark.
Sure,
that would be cool. But yeah, I'm excited. At first I was like, oh, Blumhouse, like, damn it, it's gonna be all purge stuff. But it does seem like it's gonna be a mix of all the IPs that they already told us about, and not just the purge. So we'll see. Let's hope.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Nico, thoughts, friend?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how they're going to do this. If it's going to be this like the 60th setup where you could get photos and whatnot.
Right.
You could see that stage in that photo, but to the right, there's another stage. And I just saw a photo a little bit earlier, and it has like a bunch of Megans lined up, like in a box, boxes or something like that.
Sure.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the Terror Tram because it's just the same old song and dance every year.
Sure.
Yeah, we have this really awesome beginning part that we haven't had before. But then after that, how similar is it going to be to the rest or the previous years?
Sure.
So I don't know. I think that whole area would be a good spot for maybe a maze or a
Sure.
house.
Yeah, for sure, man. But I mean,
But-
honestly, I'm glad they're giving us anything
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
all. You know what I mean? Because the past couple of years when we were walking by that spot and it was all just the picture cars, and all they did was stick, scare actors behind the chain
dog
link
pound.
fence. Yeah, the dog pound. Yeah. That was to me always such a bummer because I'm like, dude, this could be such a great space for like, anything HHN related, honestly.
Yeah.
But Mr. E, to your point, and it's on my list here. That's my big question too. Will they actually let us stop and take photos with these characters or with these photo ops? Because last year, that was my big problem with the Terror Tram. Is that they were rushing you through the Terror Tram like if, there was a million people there. One time, Ariana and I were walking the route, and I kid you not, there was no wait for the Terror Tram at all. The queue was empty. We walked right into the loading station. There was nobody there. And so we started walking through the route, and even so, people, all the workers there were instructed to rush the hell out of us. And then I tried to take a picture with the Jupiter's Claim set real quick. And one of the team members there in particular was like standing in front of the camera and doing the whole thing. And I'm like, bro, there's nobody here, man. Like, relax, dude. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but if there's nobody here, come on. So it's going to be a bummer if we get to these new little photo op sections. And all that happens is people are yelling at us to fucking keep going. You know what I mean?
So I have a theory.
Okay,
What
let's hear
if-
it.
Okay, since this is like the beginning of it, right? These are where the chainsaws come out, and it seems like the house on the far right is going to be the house where the chainsaw people come out.
Sure.
So what if you're gonna have actually like a fork in the road where you can either go through that house for photos and then go to the left to keep going for the scares, like
for the route.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering if that's a setup that they're trying to do. And then it essentially merges once again in the Bates Motel area.
Sure, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like, I'm trying to think. That could be a way to spread out crowds and also allow photo ops.
Dude, that's actually a great idea, man. That's a phenomenal idea. I hope they implement something like that because honestly, yeah, it was a pain in the ass, dude. It was a pain. I see Larissa kind of had the similar experience here too. Larissa says we got rushed through Jupiter's Claim last year.
Man.
They kept screaming, "Keep moving," which totally took me out of the moment. It's so true, man. They were so aggressive about it. It's like, Jesus, y'all. I know y'all smoke weed back here, so just chill, man. Like, relax.
and on top of that, like, not only is it a problem in the Terror Tram, it's a problem in the houses as well. If I know where I'm going, I don't need your light on.
Oh, sure,
sure. And in Orlando and Hollywood, they stand in the worst spots. Like, let me stand in front of the cool freaking animatronic that you're supposed to be seeing. Like, get out of the way.
Yeah, in 2019, in 2019, one night, and the Ghostbusters maze, there was a team member with his flashlight standing in front of the Marshmallow Man with the Ghostbusters, standing amongst them. Yeah, and he was rushing everybody through it. I'm like, bro, this is the moment. This is like the moment that they put all their effort to. I don't want to fucking see you. Like, come on, dude. Yeah.
It's so frustrating. And then another thing is just losing Jupiter's Claim is stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was the only reason I did Terror Tram more than once last year. I love
Agreed.
I love the scare actors. The scare actors fucking rocked it.
Yeah.
But I wanted Jupiter Claim. I went on there for that. And now to lose that, I don't know. It's a stupid move.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but it looks like Bruce is there to stay, man. Like you can see the
Hell
shark in the
yeah.
background. I think Bruce is just hanging out there now, man.
Bruce, that's his new spot, baby.
He's a new HHN
Blumhouse.
icon, dude.
More like the Chum House.
Yes.
The Chum House.
Bruce
Enter
is
the Chum
there.
House.
Oh man.
Amazing. All right, let's go to some of the
Love to
comments.
see
Nexus Fuel, it's going to be so peak. The amount of effort they put into this is insane. Honestly, yeah. More effort than we've seen in the past years,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Ariana, the sets are looking very interesting so far. I can't wait to finally see them, man. I really can't.
Blumhouses.
Yeah, the Blumhouses. Captain EO, about time we have a proper gauntlet. I agree. I agree.
I hope it is that. I hope it is.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. It's been a long time
We don't
coming
know for sure. Yeah.
KS says the fact they're cutting it so close with the Terror Tram is pretty funny. Yeah, man. They're
Dude,
yeah,
I mean,
it's getting
I
tight.
was gonna go tomorrow, but I don't even know what time they close the tram tomorrow. Because I'm like,
Oh,
wait,
sure.
the signs were still not out there today, and I'm like,
no.
oh, man, tomorrow's like the first day for team members.
Team member. Oh, you're
my
right.
God. Tomorrow's the day for team members.
Yikes.
Tomorrow the park closes at 6 p.m. So
Yeah, so
it
probably
closes
3
about
o'clock.
or 4:15 would probably be the
Interesting.
last
Yeah.
tram.
Interesting. Oh man, fuck. Yeah,
I'm
it's
running,
it's
man.
close.
I'm running.
It's
No,
close.
You're gonna pull a Nico on
Yeah.
what day was it?
Oh yeah. Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Oh man.
Larissa says it looks good. The sets have changed my mind. Was gonna skip it. Yeah, I think honestly, I think they and it's so unfortunate. I think they learned their lesson from last season because a lot of the nights that I went, the Terror Tram had no wait. There wasn't a single person there. So they stuck these IPs in there, and they need it as a way to get people out of the park and into a new area. So I do think that overall, sticking an IP there was good. Although I'm so bummed because I loved Larry Larva, I loved the Exterminators, and I'm bummed that
Give him a house.
Yeah, dude, give him a
house,
damn
man.
house. He deserves it
damn
for
house.
sure.
Yeah, man. Totally.
Whatever, Nico.
Boo, Nico.
365 says, I don't want to see anything from Enter the Blumhouse, and it has nothing to do with spoilers.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Hellhound says, I'm honestly getting really excited for Terror Tram this year. I wasn't initially thrilled when it was announced, but now seeing what's going on, I'm super excited. Yeah, there's great potential here.
I'm on that same boat right now. Yep.
Yeah, for sure, man. Mr. Orlock says, are we going to get Megan chainsaws or Purge chainsaws? Probably Purge.
Yeah,
Probably
I
Purge.
do know, Mr. Orlock, that the Cowboy Purge people are back, and I remember they were the Chainsaw people last time. So
The Forever Purge.
the Forever
There's
Purge is back.
there is a little finale. It's a specific finale for the Waterworld Waterworld War of the World section. Well, maybe also Waterworld. Who knows?
Yeah, so I think that's safe to say we'll get some Chainsaw Cowboys again.
Yeah.
But Bozy says I'm stoked to finally see some improvements to Terror Tram. Again, great potential. Great potential. Yeah, I hope they stick the landing, man. Jose says, is the Wolfman going to show up for the Terror Tram? Because the new movie is coming out next year. Now, Jose, I want to say they do fully have a stage for the Wolfman out in Orlando in the Blumhouse Scare Zone. We haven't seen him yet, though. So I don't know if it's a thing with the costume or with the rights or if they're waiting for a certain day to have him pop up. But the fact that he's in Orlando, I honestly think there's great potential that we could see him in Hollywood too. So
I'm gonna say if you want to see the Wolfman, you're gonna need probably Rip Tour, and it's gonna be a Rip Tour.
Oh,
photo,
sure.
That's what it will be.
Yeah, that's true. Nico says, not gonna lie, the workers in the maze scare me more than the scare actors, dude.
Yep.
Dude.
Yep. Yes. I agree. There are times like that. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I'll turn a corner and I'll be like, oh, damn. I didn't expect to have anybody there. Oh, man. Great comments, everyone. Man. Yeah, Juan says the same thing. Larry Larva, maybe versus Hollywood Harry Icon house, or honestly having either of them get a house would be cool. But
would be so sick,
dude, yeah. But honestly, man, like
uh,
I don't know. I
potential.
think Murdy is so afraid of icons and like, of naming people icons, even though like this year, right? Edgar Allan Crow, he's on the Studio Screamer merchandise. So I'm like, that motherfucker's an icon, dude. Like that I could say it with confidence that he's like an Hollywood specific icon. Because he even appears on both coasts, but we'll see, man. We'll see.
He's got merch now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's hit the big leagues, dude. He's official.
Yeah.
All right, and now before we move on to our hype list, I do real quick want to talk about the new offering from Horror Nights Orlando this year with the Premium Scream Night. Now, this was super interesting, a first of its kind for Orlando and for Hollywood for that matter. Hollywood has never done anything like this, but Thursday this week, the price tag was $350. You got limited crowds. You got unlimited select food and drink. And there was allegedly only like 3,000 people in the park. And short waits were reported all over Twitter. I even saw Thrill Data reported that the waits never got over like 15 minutes, man. And just to give you kind of a taste of what I didn't upload it, damn it. Just to give you a taste of what the waits have been like this weekend in Orlando, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Orlando, the waits have all been averaging more than like an hour. Like minimum, I think, was like 58 minutes. So
it's
the fact
that it's not possible to do opening weekend without Express now. I mean, that's just where we're at. You know?
It's impossible to do HHN truly without like either early entry or without Express or without doing something to like get in there before the crowds, because it is packed as hell. So yeah, Premium Scream Night, $350. It seems to have been a huge success for the guests because again, everybody was super stoked on it. But I don't know if it was a huge success for the company in general. So I'm wondering if it's going to come back next year or if it'll ever come to Hollywood. Gentlemen, what are your thoughts?
Geez, I don't think it would ever come to Hollywood. I wish. Like, that'd be awesome. I don't know. Would I pay for it? I don't know. Maybe.
$350 is a lot of money.
$350 is a lot of money. But if it's my first time going out there and I want to experience everything without Express and get free food and drinks, I think I would pay for it if they keep it at the 3,000 people mark.
Yeah.
If they go higher than that, then you lost me.
Yeah. I do know that there was an issue. I don't know at what point in the night, but food started running out. They're running low, like the options.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that were left were like the s'mores, the State Puff Marshmallow S'mores, guys. And then like the the corn dogs. Essentially all Frozen Empire stuff was like what was left. So, like the wait times and then seeing the pictures of people just being able to keep walking, and they got a really cool lanyard and pass too. I mean, that was really cool. It's a little souvenir you get to keep. Unlimited food sounds awesome. It's kind of, I kind of see it as like a Rip Tour experience a little bit because of how you can just walk into those mazes, get that free food, or you already paid for the food essentially.
Right.
I don't know, was alcohol included or no?
No. Alcohol was not included. Could you imagine?
Well, yeah.
People
Jesus
would be
Christ.
obliterated. Nobody would be walking around. They'd be all passed down on the floor.
What about like soda? Was that?
Yeah.
There was like mocktails essentially, but only select ones. It wasn't like everything was unlimited, but a lot of stuff was unlimited and free, included. Yeah, I should say included.
So I mean, it looked cool, but in my own opinion, in my position, I would not spend $350 on there. I feel like if I'm already around that price range, I'm gonna just keep saving up a little bit more to go do Rip Tour or something like that. Because there you feel like you feel like you're fancy, you know.
Sure,
like
sure.
You're doing something. Yeah. So
Well, hell, I want to bring up Walker Chronicles question right now. Would you do this over RIP? Sounds like Mr. E. That's probably a no for you, right? Like you would choose RIP over this.
I would do RIP.
Yeah. Nico, would you do this over RIP?
I think I would if they do the spacing with everyone. If like watching everybody's videos for Insidious and being conga line, just think about being in that maze alone by yourself.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah.
You would need to clean up on aisle 2 because there would be messes throughout that whole thing.
Oh man.
I've only gotten lucky to be like in empty houses and like be right in the front every so often, but every time that happens, it does like elevate the experience to the next level.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I agree with you, Nico. I think I would do Premium Scream Night over RIP just because of the thought of there being less people in the park overall, and also the pacing of the houses would be better. But I'm very torn about how I feel about Premium Scream Night overall. You know what I mean? Like, but Bozy said the same thing. I have such a love-hate relationship with Premium Scream Night. Like, it's just to me, it's such a dangerous precedent to set, to be like, you know, okay, if you pay this much, you're going to get the experience that you want, right? Which, I mean, I guess, sure, whatever, but I don't know. I always find myself often frustrated with how many people they let into Horror Nights Hollywood in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, to the point where, I mean, the park is so small, it could only hold so many people, and walking around becomes a mess. Trying to get food becomes a mess. Using the damn bathroom becomes a mess.
Yeah.
So I have a love-hate with it, but I will say this much. If Hollywood were to offer it, just one night of Premium Scream Night, I think I would do that, but then I wouldn't get Frequent Fear.
Okay,
I probably wouldn't return to the park again. It would just literally be the one night. That's it. You know,
because
what's
gonna match that or anything?
Nothing. Yeah, because like even with Frequent Fear, like I either have to get there early and do the early entry, or I'm showing up at like 10 p.m. You know what I mean, or maybe even closer to midnight to like try to run the houses right at the end of the night. So that would be for me the choice. It would be one night, and then that's all you get out of me, Universal.
You know, the 350. I'm gonna be honest. Like, this might be a hot take or not really. I would spend that much to do the Premium Scream at Orlando, but not in Hollywood.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of difference there. So I would spend it for Orlando, but
Interesting. Wow. All right.
But then if they do Premium Scream here, if it's Premium Scream versus RIP, would I be able to experience the little RIP maze on the Terror Tram with Premium Scream?
Oh, probably not.
If not, then I would do RIP.
Interesting.
And Premium Scream in Orlando.
Very interesting. Oh, man. Well, here's the reality of it, folks. Unfortunately, I don't think Hollywood will ever get this because, I don't know, Orlando definitely, of the two coasts, Orlando is the one to just go out and try stuff like this anyways. So, I don't know. We'll see. I highly doubt it'll come to Hollywood, but I think if it did come to Hollywood, I would do it. And again, that would be it. That would be my one night, and that's all I would get.
The closest thing we had was that fan preview night.
Yeah.
And that was just another night.
It was at the end of the day.
It was so dumb because it was like that was like the first time that they did like a Thursday night like opening in a long time. And they're like, oh, fan preview night. No, now it's every Thursday night. Like first opening night is Thursday night. Like,
and I'm pretty sure that was a media mix in anyways too.
Yeah,
so
it was.
So you got the premium experience, but media was there too, and it was like okay, but like
we still get to cut you guys. Ha ha.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm gonna go to the comments real quick. Rob zero says, so they made $1 million. Smells like success to me. I mean, sure, on paper, definitely, right? Quick math.
Depends on how much the food, like all that, you have to take that in consideration.
Food, team members for
Operations.
ops, team
Right.
members
Yeah.
for scare actors,
Yeah.
electrical,
Right.
and all the effects and the mazes.
Right.
So yeah, they didn't go positive a million, but they
Right.
kind of went positive a little bit. You know?
And then also you know, think about any given night of Horror Nights at all in the run, right? You've got all the GA admission, you've got RIP, you've got Express, you got Express Unlimited. Now we're talking multi-million dollars, probably easily in the hundreds of $1 million. So that's where my question lies. Like, to Universal Orlando, was this a success? Was it worth, you know, doing again? We'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm gonna say they made around $100,000 to $200,000 a profit.
You
That's
think
what
so? Like that
I'm
little?
gonna say
You
that.
think so?
That little. I'm gonna say it's that much.
I don't even
don't-
know if they hit like green at all, man. Like honestly.
I think they went red.
Oh
Very
yeah.
Oh
red.
no.
The Hollow Seance says this needs to come to Hollywood yesterday. I mean, honestly, it might be a success in Hollywood, especially last year, all over TikTok, all over everything. People were talking about how packed Horror Nights Hollywood was pretty much every night. I think they might make a killing out here with that, honestly.
They would.
Yeah. But Bozy says, I'd personally rather pay for RIP. Mary, Orlando native, says, or currently living out there, if it comes back, I'm probably still not going, especially if I get an express frequent fear again. Excellent point. You know, again, it's worth it to somebody like me. It's worth it to an extent, but I don't know. We'll see, man. Larissa saw so many live streamers from Premium Night from a lot of blogger influencers. Definitely gave me first vibes. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure there was that. And 365 with some pretty interesting insight here. It was supposed to be limited items, but they actually just fully opened up every booth and included all food and beverage. Oh, so I can kind of see how that would make it run out pretty quick. That's pretty nuts.
Scratch the profits.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, folks. Well, we're going to go ahead and end our episode tonight with our hype lists for HHN Hollywood 2024. And everybody in the comments, I want to see your hype list. You can play along with us if you want.
Yeah.
We're going from least hype to most hype. I don't know what Nico's going to say. Nico doesn't know what I'm going to say. Mr. E doesn't know. Like, we don't know anything about any
I'm
of us.
nervous.
So,
I'm nervous.
so we're going to see this. We're going to do this live without knowing anything about any of our picks. So, yeah, gentlemen, which one of you would like to go first?
Like we just say our
Yeah,
bottom one?
our least hype. Number
Okay,
8.
first-
We have 8 houses.
Right.
Okay,
We're
8,
sticking to
okay.
houses only.
So, erase
Okay.
Terror Tram as number 9.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we all put Terror Tram on the same. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I can go first. Sure.
All right,
I'll,
Mr. E.
all right. So, in 8th place, I have none other than Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Whoa. Okay.
Now, I have it there because I don't know if it's truly going to follow Frozen Empire. I'm a little worried that ours is going to be just a big love letter to Ghostbusters. And so there's going to be the point where it's saying Frozen Empire, but we have like 1 or 2 scenes from Frozen Empire, and the rest are just seeing a bunch of Slimers, and essentially just seeing Slimer all over the place.
Sure.
You know, I did like when we had Ghostbusters last time in 2019. It's not scary. I'm rating this. My hype level is how scared I think I'll get in the mazes.
Okay,
I'll have
sure,
fun.
sure.
Don't get me wrong. I'll have fun in this one. But I haven't seen anyone's like behind the scenes or pictures of this maze. So I could be completely wrong that it's not following Frozen Empire, but or it is following Frozen Empire. But I do have that at number 8 for right now.
All right. Nico, what's
All
your number
right.
8, friend?
My number 8 is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Oh, dang. Okay. This is going to be a very interesting time, friends. Okay. All right. Yeah, Nico, explain.
Frozen Empire has a lot of big sets in the movie, has a lot of big ghosts, like tall ghosts in the movie. Our tents aren't that tall.
Sure.
So what worries me is having, I don't know that horn demon's name, unfortunately.
Sure.
But usually in the past, stilt walkers in a maze have been stuck to a little corner. And that's it. And with those big horns on his head or her head, their head, I don't know really how they're going to do it.
Sure.
Yeah, like what Mystery said, like this is the fun house. This is, if it's your first time to Horror Nights, this is the maze you go to warm things up.
Sure.
I'm just, it was a fun maze in the past. I'm just not really looking forward to it. And the movie wasn't that hot. Anyways, Frozen Empire. Anyways, that was terrible.
Nice.
But yeah, and just not really looking forward to it.
Fair. All right. Well, number 8, bottom of the list for me, is Texas Chainsaw.
Whoa! Okay. Wow.
Listen, I'm just not a huge fan of the franchise. I will say that the whole multiverse idea definitely like got me a little more excited for this than not. But I'm not familiar with the lore. I'm not really familiar with the ambient. I've liked some of our Texas Chainsaw houses in the past, but I think it's just such a overused IP. How many times can you see fucking Leatherface kill somebody with a chainsaw or with a hammer or with whatever? You know what I mean? So again, it's bottom of the list for me for sure. Although again, I'm very curious to see the multiverse approach, and I hope that the scenic is at least really impressive, because for sure the facade looks pretty damn good. So we're off to a great start there for sure.
Yeah.
But it's Texas Chainsaw for me. I see a couple of number 8s in the chat. Albert says Ghostbusters as well. So we got another Ghostbusters. Ariana's right there with me with Texas Chainsaw for sure. Rotten Eddie, the Nightmare trilogy, The Weeknd coming in at number 8. Damn. And then Rob says, my hype list for this live stream. Number 1, John. Number 1, Nico. Number 1, Mystery.
You're number 1 to us.
You're number 1, Rob. You're number 1. And also, Frozen Empire at the bottom of my list. Not a big Ghostbusters fan at all.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I definitely see a lot of people agreeing with y'all. All right, let's go to number 7 on the list. We'll keep the order the same. Mr. E. What you got for us, brother?
All right. This might be controversial.
Let's do it.
So, I enjoyed this house last year, but I have to drop the second one to number 7.
Dang. Okay.
Monstrous True 2 is a number 7 for me. Now, I was able to do the Behind the Screams tour for this, and all I'm going to say, it seemed very short to me. That's
Interesting.
it. I'm not going to say anything else. Very short. And, I compared to the maze from last year and how freaking thrilling and scary it was, I don't think this one is going to get anywhere near the first Monstros. Sometimes we don't need to do a sequel, They do it in the film industry too much. And I think this is one of those situations. But yes, Monsters 2 is a number 7 for me.
Well said.
Wow.
Well said.
All right.
Nico?
All right. At number 7, I have The Weeknd Nightmare Trilogy.
Whoa. Okay. Whoa.
So to me, like, I love The Weeknd. I love their music. It just, besides its music videos, it doesn't scream horror to me.
Okay.
The maze we had in 22, it was backwards to me. The story was backwards. It should have been him licking the frog.
Sure.
And then going into Blinding Lights, and then ending with the after hours, and then the whole surgery portion. But
sure.
I don't know. I just don't know what to expect. Like, I do love the Dawn FM album. I don't know what to expect from the new album to be represented in the house. Yeah, just the Weeknd doesn't scream horror, but I love the music. I'll be vibing in there, but it's at number 7.
Wow. All right. All right. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Very fair. Very fair. It's certainly not for everybody. It's not an IP for everyone. That's for sure. But yeah, very interesting, Nico. All right. What?
The Howling Hour.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, man, sometimes they suck, man. Only good sequel I know is Toy Story 2. That's a great one.
We got Rotten Eddie out here agreeing with you too, Nico. Good job, man. Good argument. Good argument. Paulina, saludos desde Mexico. All right, let's number 7. My number 7. I'm gonna be right there with you, Mr. E. Number 7 for me is Monstros Dos, dude. Yeah, man. Listen, the last year's was fun. But again, my biggest pitfalls were with a lot of the scare types. There was a lot of repetitive types of scares in there. Yeah. And to me, that's one of my biggest downfalls of Hollywood is that you can predict a scare coming from a mile away. You can see the scare square. You can see the boo hole. You can see it all coming. Yeah. And Monstros last year had a lot of the same ones. I'm not exactly hoping for anything better this year. I will say they used a different scare that I've never personally seen before.
Okay. But they do it like 3 times. So it's not so
special. And then we will see it for years and years and years to come.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, cool. So yeah, Monstros, number 7 for me.
Yeah.
We got Albert with Insidious at number 7. Ooh. Mr. Orlock, Ghostbusters, number 7. Captain EO as well. Insidious, very interesting. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mr. E, give us your number 6 on your hype list.
So we're talking sequels, right, Rob?
Oh man.
And number 6, I do have to put The Weeknd Nightmare Trilogy.
Dang.
I'm excited for the music. I do enjoy the music. I like The Weeknd, and I'm excited to see where the storyline goes with this new character, like the younger baby Weeknd, baby Abel. That would be cool to see how that goes. Babel, yeah. I'm just a little worried that there's going to be a lot of reuse of After Hours in this maze.
Sure. Fair.
That won't be anything new in Hollywood for reusing stuff. So I'm going in there, with just that in mind. I did used to have it higher, but I just keep reminding myself, I'm like, we've had these things before where it's just like it's a repeat. And that's that's part of my worry with Frozen Empire is that, hey, here's some stuff from Frozen Empire, but here's what we had back in 2019. Enjoy.
Sure.
So that's why Mr. Abel, The Weeknd, is in 6 for me.
Fair. All right. Nico.
All right. My number 6 is A Quiet Place.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So the reason I put The Quiet Place at 6 is just because I'm scared of the operation. This is supposed to be a movie like The Last of Us, where you're supposed to be quiet throughout the whole thing, and the monsters aren't supposed to detect you, whatnot. But if it's a conga line through the whole house, that's gonna ruin it for me.
Sure.
And then another thing is the location. With The Walking Dead, they had some big sets, but it was only 2 or 3 big sets. And then the rest was like a super short maze. So the movies have big scenes, the cornfield, Silo, A Quiet Place 2, the whole warehouse.
Right.
I just don't know what they're going to do to fit it all in. And then are these creatures going to be static figures? are, well, we know they won't be. There's going to be a lot of puppetry, but will it be like Stranger Things 2, where just a quick pop out, flash, and then go back in? I don't know. I'm interested, but I'm very, I don't know the proper word. I just
skeptical,
yeah,
cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I'm just
Sure.
gonna keep it at the bottom and hope for the best.
Sure.
That's
All right.
Good. That's fair.
Following along with your logic, Nico, my number 6 is Dead Exposure, Death Valley. Now, listen, I love an original. I love it so much. I will be the first to champion originals over IPs anytime, but I just have to be so cautiously optimistic with this one. Because, some of the originals in Hollywood have been great. Others have been kind of iffy. So I want this to be good. That's why I'm putting it down here, where I'm just like, you're going to chill here until I'm really impressed by you. Because, I think the concept is a lot of fun. And again, I think there's great potential for something really, really cool. So fingers crossed that it delivers. And I've stayed pretty spoiler free for this one as well, but I have been seeing a few of the creatures. To be fair, these kinds of creatures don't always look great with the lights on. So I'm trying to just stay real cautiously optimistic. I hope this climbs the ranks, man. Yeah, for sure. We got a couple number 6s here. Nightmare Trilogy, Monstros Dos.
Yeah.
Insidious.
Oh,
Another
man.
Insidious. Interesting.
Oh, man.
Interesting, man. Yeah, very interesting.
It's crazy.
Elsie says it will not be quiet in a quiet place.
No, it won't.
Oh, dang. Babosi says Stranger Things 2 PTSD has returned.
Yeah,
The sequel, Rob. Add that to your sequel list. Cataneo agrees. Dead Exposure number 6 for sure. All right.
That's fair.
Oh, man. Okay. Mr. E.
All right.
We're up to number 5.
We're number 5. This is the top 5.
Top 5.
Watch Mojo top 5. Here we go. So, unlike my fellow friend Nico at the Entertainment Connection, I have A Quiet Place at number 5.
Nice.
Now, my reasons is because us here in Hollywood are the ones who made the puppets that went to Orlando.
Sure.
And I saw how the puppets look in Orlando, and they look great. There is also, we've been working with the engineers. I don't know if they've worked on this house, but I'm trying not to see Orlando's mazes, but like there's little snippets that come in and out like on Twitter and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I saw there is like an animatronic. What are they called? Angels?
Death Angel.
Death Angels. They had like a sort of animatronic one. Now, I also saw how quiet it was for them. Even if you're making sounds in there, it's still very quiet, at least for Orlando's. So I'm hoping Hollywood is going that same route.
Okay.
Like the eeriness is going to be like, that's going to add on to the scare because it's something we've never dealt with before. And I don't think it matters if you're going to have hooligans going through there and being loud. Like they're still going to be, they might be loud, but they're going to feel it, like how different the ambiance is in there. They'd be like, what the frick? Why is there no sounds right now? Why do I not hear these lights and stuff like that? Like, I'm excited to finally experience something that they've really never done in a maze in HHN. And I'm really hoping that we go that same route that like Orlando did, just keeping it quiet. And I'm excited for this one. This one, when it got announced, I wasn't that excited, but like, I don't know, over time and just really thinking about it and then seeing those videos, I was like, oh yeah, let's hope Hollywood could do something like that. So
interesting.
Number 5.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Nico, number 5 for you, sir.
My number 5 is Monstros Dos, The Nightmares of Latin America.
All right.
And Monstros was great last year. Just a little too many intestines hanging around.
Oh, dude.
We didn't get Tlahuelpuchi a lot. We didn't get La Lechuza a lot. It was a lot of El Sabon. I hope that this house has a good mixture of all of them, where it's not just one room for two of them, and then the rest of the house is like El Cucuy or El Charro.
Sure.
I am very interested to see how they will go about El Charro. I know, what's the dog's name? El Cabrejo?
El Cadejo.
Cadejo, yeah.
Cadejo, sorry. El Cadejo. I'm excited to see. I know it's mostly going to be like puppetry, like American Werewolf in London. I'm excited about that. And then El Cucuy is back. Last time we had him, besides the Scare Zone, was 2013.
Right.
I hope we walk into his lair. I'm pretty excited. I'm just middle of the road for it.
Fair.
Okay.
Very fair.
Just give me less intestines, man. I don't
Dude.
need all of them.
Yeah, man. Those were especially rough, man. Like just trying to get through the house and getting smacked every turn was like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Stop it.
And Parisian
I didn't
is
notice any intestines, okay? But they might have waited till we left to put those in. So, who knows?
And Parisian is just a short or a small
It
maze
is.
location anyways.
Yeah.
So kind of
Yeah.
worried, but I'm still pretty excited.
We
We will
shall
have
see.
to push something away, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it's not like the intestines that you guys are very not big fans of.
All right, number 5 for me is going to be Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Yeah, right in the middle for me. I really enjoyed 2019's. I thought it was really fun. Another
Yeah.
one of those where I was like, how is this going to work at Horror Nights? And I actually really enjoyed it on both coasts. Obviously, I really loved Orlando's take on it a lot more. But yeah, I'm a sucker for fun effects and a maze. And I think there's great potential to see that kind of stuff in Ghostbusters Frozen Empire specifically. And again, it's just a fun time. I do love the Ghostbusters. I do love the lore. So I think it'll be a fun one. I think it'll be a fun one for sure. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, again, I think it's safe in the middle. I hope it at least just, kind of stays there for me. I'll be very happy if it stays there.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple comments. Quiet Place, Weeknd, yeah. Another Quiet Place, Insidious, okay. Another Weeknd, interesting.
Yeah.
Universal Monsters at number 5, very interesting.
Ooh.
Another Universal Monsters, another one for
Whoa.
Insidious. Another one for Eternal Bloodlines, Universal Monsters.
Interesting.
Damn. Okay, very
Wow.
interesting indeed. Love to see it. Love to see it. One more for Ghostbusters.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, very interesting. Cool. All right, Mr.
All
E.
right. Number
We're
4,
getting-
number 4.
We're getting close
there.
now. We're getting there.
It's starting to heat up a little bit. It's starting to heat up. Speaking of heating up, number 4, I have. Wait, what did I put there? Oh, yes. Am I forgetting one? I hope I'm not forgetting one. At number 4, I have Texas Chainsaw Massacres. That's what I have. At number 4, TCM. I'm excited about this one. It's gonna be scary. I just know it's gonna stink in there.
Oh,
Boy, it's
dude.
gonna stink in there. You
Yeah.
know, it's gonna be real bad. I like the idea of bringing all of the Leatherfaces, even his family. I haven't seen all the movies, but I just love that idea. And then also that they are working in a oh my god, I'm blanking on the word. In a meat factory. What is it called?
Yeah.
It's called
A processing
Slaughterhouse
plant.
or-
Slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Thank you, slaughterhouse. They are working in their own slaughterhouse that they've taken over. This one, to me, it seems like if we were to have Black Walls this year, it will not be in this maze. I might be in other mazes. I'm worried Ghostbusters would have those Black Walls, but this one, John brought this one to Midsummer Scream to talk about, and he sounded excited. We got to see a lot of this one, and I think it's going to be scary. I'm not a huge fan of Leatherface. That's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of him, but when they started talking about it, I was like, okay, I'm on board with this. It's like an original idea, but using an IP. That is so freaking cool. So
Sure.
I can't wait. It's going to stink so bad.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's going
Yeah.
to be that's just gonna add to the eeriness, you know. You're gonna, oh, I'm so scared, I'm gonna throw up situation, you know. So
Oh my god.
Rob says it's
That's
gonna
what's
smell
gonna
like
go.
bacon. It's gonna smell like something,
What?
friend. I don't know.
You're on
I don't know if
crack,
bacon's
Rob,
gonna
if
be
you
the
think
one.
it's bacon. I don't think so.
All right, Nico,
Oh,
give
man.
us your number 4, sir.
My number 4 is Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines.
Ah, all right.
So I'm totally ecstatic to enter that soundstage where they film
Yeah.
some iconic Universal Monster scenes. I'm excited for an all-woman cast.
Yeah.
Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein Lives cast fucking rocked it.
Yeah, man.
That soundtrack was the best. The scare actors were the best. Man, all of them are queens. But I just don't know how I feel about the original stories. There are so many Universal monsters that we haven't really gotten to see. I would have loved to see a story before this one with Dracula.
Okay.
And just Dracula versus Van Helsing.
Fair.
I think that would have been an incredible house instead of just jumping the gun and, oh, Dracula's dead. Van Helsing's dead. Everyone's fucking dead. Like, I just want to experience the classic Universal monsters before we got this.
Interesting.
But are they really dead?
Nobody's ever really dead in these movies.
No, really, guys.
Yeah, Dracula has really like gotten the shaft in these Universal monster houses, as well as Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, well,
I
him
think-
especially, man. The Gill Man. Give us the Gill Man. Come on, man.
So I'm excited for this house. I'm excited to see these girls work. And I'm excited for the soundtrack because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. But just like Universal Monsters Unmasked last year, it was kind of like I wouldn't say, I guess it was B-list monsters with Invisible Man, with I can't even remember who was in that. Quasimodo.
Yeah, Quasimodo.
It's Phantom.
Jekyll.
Dr. Jekyll.
Or Hyde, I guess.
Yeah, these new characters are not something I could really relate to before going into the house.
Sure. All right. Well, number 4
Fair,
for me.
But you're wrong.
Coming in at number 4 for me is The Weeknd Nightmare Trilogy. I, for one, again, really enjoyed The Weeknd 2 years ago, right? Or is it last? No, it was 2 years ago. Was it last year? 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm forgetting everything. It's all blurring together now. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I definitely want to. I hear you guys about repeat sets, repeat moments. I hope they don't go that route. I did see some of the stuff from the. I think it was in Singapore, the Don FM walkthrough that they did out there. Really cool sets, lots of great moments. I hope that they put a lot into this because I, for one, really enjoyed The Weeknd on both coasts 2 years ago. So this has potential, especially because it's a Hollywood exclusive, to be really cool, really fun. And one of those marks that, like, one of those rare instances where Hollywood gets something that Orlando doesn't. So I hope it kicks ass. And I'm excited to hear the soundtracks. And again, really excited to see Don FM come to life. And whatever this new chapter in Abel's story, it looks very gothic, very churchy. We'll see what happens, man. We're gonna get Grable, we're gonna get Babel, we're gonna get all the Abels. I'm so excited for this for sure. So let's see what everyone else has for the number 4. We got Monstros Dos, Dead Exposure. We got Quiet Place, another Quiet Place, another Dead Exposure. Interesting. We got 2 Texas Chainsaws. Very interesting. And then some Bloodlines as well. Okay. Very interesting. All right.
Some similarities.
This is it, gentlemen. It's very similar. Yeah, a lot of similarities. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting into the top 3 now.
Top
Top
three.
3 most hype. Mr. E, hit us with your number 3, and then hit us with your number 3 in the comments, y'all.
Yeah. So number 3, it has to go to an original, Dead Exposure.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Now, look, I'm such a fan of original mazes, and just knowing that John Murdy worked on this, Chris Williams worked on this too. This is going to be, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, a Pandora's Box 2.0.
Okay.
So
okay.
they're taking a lot of the great aspects of the original Dead Exposures, like the flickering lights, like the monsters coming out of not black walls, but actual areas in the maze.
Okay.
There is going to be a lot of black light, UV light activated areas.
Interesting.
Like, I'm excited for this brand new storyline with this Death Valley. It's really cool. I mean, I got to walk through it. It's really cool looking, and
Okay.
I can't wait. I can't wait for this one. I'm so excited.
Nice. All right. It's giving me hope. It's giving me hope
Yeah,
that it's at
dude,
number 3 for you.
It's
giving
up
me
there,
hope.
man. It's up there.
All right, Nico, number 3 for you, sir.
All right, my number 3 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be one of 3 to me. So what I think will be the most intense houses at the event.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of the multiverse Leatherfaces.
Interesting.
I don't really care about
What
that.
is it?
I don't need to see Leatherface 3D in there. There's a couple I don't need to see.
But he's
maybe
gonna be
put in
right up
Matthew
on you,
McConaughey.
3D, man.
Oh, I don't want it. But I am excited that, like Mr. E said, it's an IP in an original story.
Yeah.
So the smells are going to be intense. The scares are going to be intense. There's going to be a version of Leatherface, I believe, in there that John did not talk about.
Yeah, that's right.
But he was in the concept art that he showed at Midsummer Screen. So I'm just very interested to see how this maze is going to go. And I'm just excited for the intensity of it. And just
Now,
right.
So the question is, how many times will they have to halt this maze due to cleanup?
Oh God. Oh God. Between the water and anything else that happens in there, yeah, it's probably gonna be a lot. It's probably gonna be a lot. All right, number 3 on my hype list. Number 3, A Quiet Place, man. I am so hyped for this because I'm just excited to see how they interpret this as a Horror Nights house. Specifically for Hollywood, I'm excited that it's in the former Walking Dead attraction building because there's potential there to build some really big sets, to have really a ton of control over the lighting and the sound in particular. Once we saw that it was speculated that we were getting this, I was like, this better not be in a fucking tent, man, because it's just gonna ruin it. It's gonna ruin it completely.
True.
And so the fact that we got it inside of a controlled environment has me super hyped. And to your point, Mr. E, the fact that we're giving some of our creatures over to Orlando means that, I mean, there's a certain quality there, a certain standard that I'm sure we're gonna have to hit. So I'm super stoked for this. I just recently rewatched both movies. I haven't seen the third yet, but there was a lot of instances where I'm like, oh, I could see that coming to the house. I can see them doing that. I hope they do this. So, I'm excited. I hope it doesn't let me down, man.
Yeah,
because-
dude, I know.
Fuck.
That's why I'm trying not to see any of Orlando stuff yet, dude.
Sure,
'Cause I
sure.
don't want to be starting to think, oh my god, is it gonna be like that? No.
Right,
I want
yeah.
it. Oh no.
Oh, all right. Fingers crossed that they don't let us down because I'm very excited for this one for sure. Let's see what everyone's number 3 is. We got a lot of love for Monstros. Nice.
Yeah.
Got some Universal Monsters. A Quiet Place. Good choice. Another Monstros. Another Quiet Place. Damn, okay. Some Insidious love too. Universal Monsters. Monstros. The Weeknd. Lots of great choices, everyone. Yeah, Death Valor, Dead Exposure. Yeah, good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Monstros.
Dude.
The Weeknd. A Quiet Place. Oh, Nexus Fuel with Ghostbusters.
Ooh,
Oh, wow.
that's
Dang.
different. There you go.
Dang.
Yeah. Okay.
Very interesting. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Top 2.
Top 2. Wow.
Top 2.
We're here.
Mr. E.
So, and my number 2, and I'm trying to not be swayed by what I'm hearing in Orlando, but this was just how I've always had it set. My number 2 goes to Insidious the Further.
Yeah,
I've had it there for a
Yeah.
while because I've always thought Insidious has been a scary maze no matter what. Like, it's just the IP itself, the movies are scary. Every time. The first ever time I went through Insidious was the first time I went to Horror Nights. So
Wow.
that was like 2015, man, 2015. So that was like petrifying to the core. You know, this is going to be that maze that I'm going to have to do in the dark. And
Oh, yeah.
I need to make sure I don't have anything like to cover my face, because every time, even with the last key, I would have a backpack with me just in case I had to hide myself. So the monsters didn't see me, you know? So we're a bit older now, so hopefully that ain't the problem.
All right.
But man, I can't wait. Tiptoe Through the Tulips playing. Can't wait that. So back to what I was saying earlier about Insidious at the beginning of the live stream. So a lot of people have been talking about how scary it is in Orlando, and it's kind of going viral on TikTok, and Instagram and Twitter, all socials.
Yeah.
So I think that a game plan is either you hit Insidious first, or it's like the last thing you do, because everyone is going to want to go there, because nobody's seeing that it's Insidious in Orlando. They're just seeing Insidious is a scary maze. And so they're like, oh, okay, so that means it's in Hollywood also. So but I believe that Insidious is going to be like the number 1 that everyone's going to try to go to. And that means long waits probably throughout the entire night for Insidious. But anyways, Insidious is number 2 for me.
Excellent point. All right, Nico.
Wow.
Number 2, friend.
All right. My number 2 is Insidious the Further.
Oh, well, look at that, folks.
So,
Oh,
I've told this story, I think, on here a couple times, but my first maze at Horror Nights was Insidious in 2013.
Nice.
And so when I first went through it, there were people in front of me, people behind me. We were walking through fine. I was getting the shit scared out of me.
yeah.
And then the people in front of me went through a curtain. I went through that curtain. They were gone. And so I'm walking through the room where the cradle is, and the guy in the
He's got
trench
your
coat.
baby.
Yeah, he's got your baby.
No,
He's
not
got
that
your
guy.
baby.
Not that
No.
guy.
Oh.
That's not the guy. That is the bald guy in Insidious 2.
Oh, the crow looking motherfucker with the long hair and the trench coat. They're like
Yes.
walks
Is that what you're
into
talking
the
about?
Yes. In the
Gotcha.
So I walked into that room, and
Yeah.
I looked behind me because that guy just scared the shit out of me. And I turned around to laugh with the people behind me, and they were fucking gone.
Man.
Oh no.
So I had to walk through this Insidious house by myself,
Oh
just
man.
crapping myself the whole entire time. The
Damn.
reason why, though, this isn't number 1 is because the last key maze sucked.
Mm.
Like, it was not a good maze. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
And I think it's just this will be the Black Wall maze.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay, that's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
And-
Good
That is
point.
fair.
Good point.
And the last key, like I understand why the focus was on the last key, but the lipstick demon's room was tiny with very little red curtains.
Sure.
The mother was in there once. There was just an elevator for the man who can't breathe. It was just very so
Right.
that's where my
Sure.
my hesitation comes in to make this number one. But I
Fair.
am super excited, and I'm excited that the facade is the lipstick
Oh.
demon's lair,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
and not the
The house.
whose house is it? The Lamstons, the
The,
Stampsons,
whatever they are. Yeah. Landon,
family's house.
the family.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah. For
that's
sure.
what I'm
For sure.
excited about.
That maze is, or I'm sorry, that facade is going to look so good at
Yeah.
night. Like
Dude.
fully lit. Oh, man.
hope
I
we
can't
see,
wait.
Like the silhouette of the lipstick demon.
Oh,
going
you know it.
through.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Dude.
Yeah, and I hope they play
Oh.
like the score out there too, the terrifying
Oh,
score,
dude.
man.
I'm
Oh,
gonna be standing in line for Ghostbusters, and I'm like, no, we're not doing Insidious right now. Dude.
hell yeah, man! Very nice,
oh,
very
man.
nice. All right, number 2 for me is Universal Monsters: Eternal
Yeah.
Bloodlines.
Wow.
Honestly, so much of it has to do with Slash's score.
Yeah.
Specifically, the score for Bride of Frankenstein Lives gives me chills every single time I listen to it, man.
That was
And it
such
takes
a
me
good
right
score.
back to sitting outside of that facade, hearing and seeing the lightning hit, his guitar lick, all super epic. Like, I'm super stoked for this. I also love anytime, and we're probably going to see it in Frozen Empire, but I love anytime that a haunted house incorporates snow. And I know that this is going to be
Yeah.
a snowy environment, snowy crypts. Yeah, I'm super excited for this. And again, the energy that Bride of Frankenstein Lives had the entire run, I hope translates to Eternal Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Because, man, there were so many cinematic moments in that. That I hope we get to see a lot of that in this, especially with the way that they're teaming up against the vampires. Yeah, super
Dude,
stoked for this.
yeah.
So,
That's a great pick.
Yeah.
and
I love
again,
that.
to your nerdy point from earlier, Nico, the fact that we're going to be able to go into Soundstage 12 and
Yeah.
be like truly in the presence of greatness of cinema history, that definitely adds to it for sure, man. So, yeah, super stoked for that.
And Universal's team, we're still waiting for Unmasked's music to be added to
That's right.
Oh,
Apple
it wasn't.
Music, Spotify.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Get
it's
it.
not on the
Was
album.
there a score? Was there even a score?
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah,
asked
it was
him
more
about it, and
subtle,
he never-
but
yeah,
It was
yeah,
very
okay.
like dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
like very French-ish.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it was there. It was there for sure.
All right.
All right, number 2's from the chat. We got Eternal
Yes.
Bloodlines. We got Chainsaw Massacre. Lots and lots of Insidious.
Oh, yeah.
So a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people agreeing with you there. Another TCM. I have a feeling that's probably going to be a very popular house this year.
These are some- every time you see these number 2s and number 1s, you just got to remember that means wait times are going to
Yes.
be up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Insidious, a consistent House of the Year winner. Very important. Very important to note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dead Exposure at number 2. That's fun. I love it.
Hey!
Look at that.
Okay. All right.
Monstros Dose. Yeah. Good stuff. Love it. All right, folks. Number 1. Here we go.
All right. I mean, look, it's the only one I haven't said yet. It's Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines.
Nice.
Look,
Nice.
It's a lot of the reasons that you guys have said, particularly this is a soundstage maze. This is the first time we're going to have a Universal Monsters maze in a soundstage.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that means as powerful those mazes have been in the past, now they got a soundstage that they can even control more. I want it to be cold. We're gonna be in the snow a lot, so
Yes.
they can make it cold in there.
Oh, they
Flash
better
is
crank that fucking
big
AC,
time.
man.
I want to put my sweater on. Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
You know?
101 on Thursdays.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that
So
is
I
Yeah.
I'll
great.
carry my just in case. You know.
Yeah, man.
Slash, I mean, look, the Bride's music was beautiful. We're gonna hear that again, and now we're gonna hear additions for hopefully Van Helsing's daughter will get her own score too.
Yeah, man.
I can't wait for those versus moments where you have the Dracula's daughter like versus the Bride, all three of them coming in at the same time.
Yeah,
for the
man.
full squares.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited. Like, this is gonna be so awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what else to say. You guys have said so much about it. Like, I'm just so hyped for it. Like, essentially for all these mazes, I'm hyped about. But yeah, Universal Monsters, they get me every freaking year. They get me all the time. Always put it number one. May not be number one, but I always put it up there because it's amazing.
Hell yeah. Oh, exciting stuff, man. All right, Nico.
You got me hyped.
Number one, brother.
You got me hyped. But my number one is Dead Exposure, Death Valley.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that.
So the last Florida original we got in Hollywood was Scarecrow the Reaping.
Yeah.
Which was my favorite maze or house that year.
Yeah.
Easily.
It was so intense. It was so good. I would go through that house over and over and over. This is another house that I'm hoping has the same intensity as Orlando's counterpart.
Yeah.
I already heard the music a little bit when we went on Friday Mystery.
Oh.
And if you go on Twitter, wow, why am I stuttering so much? Hello. If you go on my Twitter, you could hear it faintly on my page.
Okay.
But the beginning music kind of sounds like the entry music to Dark Entities at Not Scary Farm.
Oh, interesting.
And so I'm just hoping for the flashing lights, like the strobes through and through, like a camera exposure. And I don't know. I'm just excited for this house. Dude, I don't know why. It's just gonna be a good time. It's gonna be terrifying. It's gonna be intense. The UV lights, I hope, come into play beautifully.
Yeah.
I'm just really
this could
excited.
be the sleeper house. This could be the sleeper
Sure.
house.
Yeah. Sleeper hit. Yeah.
Could be. I'm just really excited for Dead Exposure, Death Valley.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. Again, I have it where I have it just to be safe, but I really do hope that we walk out of that going like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, that's the fucking one, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's going to be another one like Insidious where you have to do it when it's dark.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Good call.
I agree.
Good call.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, number one for me, it's going to be Insidious the Further. Honestly, I'm a huge fan of the franchise. I love the fucking movie so much. The facade is already looking incredible in broad daylight. So I can only imagine that at night it's going to look so good. I really hope they go all out with these sets because, again, they're not really following any one single movie. So I hope they choose all of the most terrifying moments from every single installment of this franchise. And again, I've been hearing incredible things about Orlando. I hope that Hollywood brings the same energy. At the very least, it's probably number one on my hype list for Orlando as well. But again, huge fan of the franchise, huge fan of the characters. I do hope they knock it out of the ballpark with this one. Super stoked to have Insidious back, and I hope it kicks our ass, dude. I hope it just levels us through and through, dude.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed right there. And folks, let's go to the chat real quick because this is going to be very telling about what's going to be busy this season. First of all, we got Babel, the Abel trilogy coming in at number one.
I like it, man.
Monstros Dos for sure. Texas Chainsaw, that seems to be definitely top three in terms of the crowd. Dead Exposure, right there with you, Nico. The Pecan to Nightmare trilogy for sure. Another one for Dead Exposure, very good.
2 or 3. I'll count myself.
Another one for Abel. Texas Chainsaw, Chainsaw, more love. Another Insidious, very good. Texas Chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, the Texas verse. Here we go.
Into the Texas verse. Yeah, I love it. Universal Monsters, very good, Rob. Very good.
Oh yeah.
A Quiet Place. Another one for Dead Exposure. Another one for Eternal Bloodlines. Another Texas Chainsaw, folks. My God, I think Texas Chainsaw is probably going to be.
It's up there. Dude.
It's up there with like probably going to be the busiest one this season for sure. Yeah, man. I mean, look, that Exposure. Ariana is
so awesome.
blown away by all the Texas Chainsaw.
Dude,
another Dead Exposure. Yeah. Wow, very interesting.
Exposure. I'm
very
glad
interesting.
I have my people with me,
dude.
Wow.
Well,
there you have it, folks. I think I'm honestly super stoked either way. I'm very excited to see these houses. It's only a few nights away. I mean, good Lord.
Man.
We're going to be out in the fog before we know. We've been waiting for this moment all year long, and it's finally here. And then, 2 weeks after that, Not Scary Farm. And everybody else, like, I'm so excited, y'all. Dark Harbor, Fright Fest Extreme. Yeah. We'll see how they do. But
I'm interested.
I'm interested. I'm very interested.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
Rob, Texas Chainsaw, 250-minute wait. Yeah, it's that long right now. The line has started.
The line for Texas Chainsaw is going to go through where The Last of Us was. And where The Exorcist was.
Larissa, great point. Make sure you stay hydrated this weekend. Yeah, man. Yeah. When you're pre-gaming in the parking lot, be sure to pre-game some water too, man. Like, get it in.
Be safe.
Yeah, be safe, everyone. But yeah, also, I mean, again, overall, just super stoked, super excited. I can't wait. Well, gentlemen, we're going to wrap up our episode. Mr. E, where can everyone find you guys?
Yeah, just TLEV Media all across socials. If you guys have TikTok, go over there. We're on the road to 10K. We're so close now.
So close.
Also,
so close.
Follow
opening
TLEV.
night, we have bracelets for people.
Hey, hell
made
yeah.
a lot this year. If we don't run out on opening night, we'll have them for every night we go. We'll have it for Scary Farm, for Dark Harbor. So if you see us, we'll have a bracelet probably for you guys. We got some from TLEV. We also have some just like ones based off of the houses and stuff like that. So if you guys want one, try to find us and we'll give you guys one for free. But yeah, I'm excited. Thursday's the day. I know for some people it's tomorrow, which is nuts.
I know. Lucky punks.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm
Gotta
so
keep
excited.
my eyes closed tomorrow. Stay off all social media.
Rob says, Mr. E, my shirt and bracelet. He's coming for you, man.
I have your bracelet, but no shirt yet. Okay, give me some time about the shirt.
Make him a shirt out of bracelets.
There you go.
That will hurt.
That's a little pinch points. Yeah. Nico, where can everyone find you, friend?
All right. Well, now for more family-friendly Disney-like content, you can find me at The Entertainment Connection. I will still be posting Horror Nights and Halloween event POVs.
Yeah.
But now I'll be working with the Hauntline and doing POVs with John.
Whoa.
And it's going to be a great time. So The Entertainment Connection and now the Hauntline. No more Horror Connection.
R.I.P. to the Horror Connection.
Going behind the veil.
We got to make sure and get a tombstone for it for Chilling Chambers. We'll put it right at the end.
Yes.
Perfect. Put it in Eternal Bloodlines too, since it's a cemetery.
There you go.
And Jackie, to answer your question, I mean, yeah, definitely plan on seeing us revisiting this list to see what lived up to the hype, and also just to review the event in general. Again, I really hope to get a little more consistent in the season now. Now that we've got all these events going on, where we talk about each event, what's worth it, what's not, rankings, all that fun stuff. Be sure and keep an eye out for that. And I also have a couple of actual YouTube videos written out for you guys to enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
We got a brand new show coming up that I'm very excited about. I don't want to say anything just yet because I don't want to give anything away. I got some haunt history heading your way too. So lots of exciting stuff heading your way. Nico joining the squad. Yeah, man. Be sure and follow us at The Haunt Line on Instagram, on Twitter, and keep up to date with all of our. We're also on TikTok too, but I hardly post there. TikTok has pissed me off, but yeah. But thank you to everyone joining us on the live. Thank you to everyone who joins us on the repeat. Be sure to drop your hype list in the comments if you didn't catch us live, because we want to see it too. And hell, man, we will see you all in the fog this week. Thursday, Horror Nights. We'll be there. Yep. Exciting shit. All right, everyone. Thank you for calling the Hotline. Have a good night. See you guys next time.
Hello?